Hello and welcome back to the Liberland Show. I'm your host, Adam J. Carswell, joined today by Joey Langenbrunner and Juan Carlos Gorospe. I believe I said that right. This is the things you always want to check before you hit record, right? Anyway, excited to have these guys here, especially because we have a repeat guest here on the show, arguably the most seen guest on the Liberland Show, Joey Langenbrunner and Juan Carlos JC, as he also goes by. I think this is your first appearance. So really excited to have you guys both here on the show and talk a little bit about what you're working on. Because I know as soon as you started talking about this on the international calls a few months ago, I said to myself, wow, okay, these guys are onto something that I think the world is craving right now. So let's go ahead and just dive on into it. What is it that you guys are working on, so I don't go ahead and try to explain it myself? We'll start with Joey and then over to JC.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Adam. It's always a privilege to be here on the Liberland Show. I was hoping to be episode 100, but we can do 81.
We'll bring you back.
So, and it's honestly a pleasure to be on the show with you, Adam, but also to be on the show with Juan Carlos. Me and Juan have been working very closely. We're chatting every single day. But essentially what we're working on is we both started a immigration agency in El Salvador. You can check out my shirt. And what we're trying to do is help people who have kind of like the mindset of like a Liberlander or like a Bitcoiner or like a freedom loving person who's in the crypto world or whatever, come be a digital nomad in El Salvador, because as a lot of Liberlanders and your listeners know, El Salvador made Bitcoin legal tender, and a lot of people work remotely, and I'm like, this is the best place to work remotely and buy your tacos with Bitcoin.
Tacos with sats, as they say, in the crypto community.
Yeah, that's kind of it short. Juan, if you want to add anything.
No, I get people from not just from Liberland, but from all over the world, right? And the first thing they want to go is to like a McDonald's or a Starbucks, and like here, record me paying with my with my Bitcoin. I gotta record the whole process and everything, and everybody's like, wow, it's just really happening here. Yes, it is, and you can buy anywhere from tacos to your burgers to a house to a car to anything you want with your Bitcoin.
And tell us a little bit about the president of El Salvador, because to me, it seems like one of the few leaders in this world that it's tough, because I always have a certain viewpoint of anyone who decides to go the direction of politics. But then you have guys like Vitya Liška, who we love. And then you have the president of El Salvador, which from what I can see, he really does seem to be someone who prioritizes the people. Maybe time will tell, but that's the one thing I observe about this guy. And I love how when he gets ready to talk business, he puts his hat on backwards. I think that's the trademark move. So just a new era of leader, if you will. JC, you being there in El Salvador, I'm sure you've seen the changes since he's come into office and what might transpire now. So really from a Salvadorian, am I missing anything?
This guy, he's a millennial, okay? And he's all into social networks and Twitter, and he's doing the things that he thinks are best for the country, and he's doing it his way, without asking anybody, okay? That's what needed to be done in many countries in Latin America, okay? That's what's needed. One guy that simply cleans everything up and gets things done, okay? So there's no gridlock, or there's no long time process to do anything. This guy does things overnight and gets them done. He has parliament on his side, he's got the courts on his side, and everything just simply works, very easy and getting stuff done, period. But as you say, time will tell. But right now, El Salvador is getting a much better place to live in.
The reputation of the nation itself has definitely changed, I'd say, really since that move that he made, which was that a year ago or 2 years ago when Bitcoin became?
No, that
was
was,
one.
he announced it like in June or July, but it became law September 7th of last year.
Of 2021. Wow. So it hasn't even been a
Yeah.
year yet. Well, I know Bitcoin Beach is a popular destination from what I'm observing. And I guess for our listeners who aren't too tuned into the world of blockchain and crypto, because sometimes I get caught up thinking that everyone would know what Bitcoin Beach is, but that's not necessarily the case. And that's why you guys are here too, for a large reason. So Joey, could you explain, and then JC paint some color as well, what I'm talking about Bitcoin Beach, and really, again, just the rush of tourism and new citizens of Salvador, like just kind of walk through the whole storyline there and what it is.
Yeah, no. So I think what's interesting about me and Juan working together is Juan is actually on the ground there. He's been living in the country for a while now. He has a family there. I'm a bit more of an outsider, so I come with a little bit more of a foreigner's or like a tourist approach. And so I've been down to El Salvador twice, once this year, one last year, and I didn't go, I didn't get to go to the beach the first time, but like the second time we went to the beach, one thing I realized is that not only like you got Bitcoin accepted, things going on. We went to like a private event with Max Kaiser and Stacey Herbert. I'm sure people have heard of them. That was cool, and just like the amount of just like-minded people, just kind of hanging out in that area was really amazing. Because one thing that really makes going to any country, if you're going to Puerto Rico, you're going, anywhere outside of the US and Canada, for like me and you, for me and you, Adam, like it's all about the people who are there, and that's the biggest thing that Bitcoin Beach, like really opened my eyes, just like the amount of just like amazing people there from like all over the world. And then on top of that, how beautiful the beach is there. It's black sand, the waves are like almost 2 stories high. Like I tried to surf, for my first time. I was horrible at it, but coming from like kind of like a tourist, mindset, it was awesome. I definitely recommend everyone to go there and check out Bitcoin Beach.
And JC, what would be the step-by-step gringo way to get to Bitcoin Beach and experience what we're talking about?
Okay. Well, first you get to the airport. Okay, you don't have to come to the
and I think actually this would be important because
everyone,
I think most North Americans and probably Europeans, isn't it dangerous, right? So we gotta address that too, right?
Okay, well, in the last 2 months, President Bukele has put away about 35,000 gang members. Half of those were exported or re-imported from the United States. Okay, they were kicked out of the States back into El Salvador because that's where they're from, where their families are from. And he's grabbed them all and put them away. Okay, there's still quite a few going around, but they're not the important ones. They're probably just family members of gang members. They're not the killer type. Okay, that's getting cleaned up a lot. You're beginning to notice this. The streets, the central, the downtown of San Salvador used to be a place where you couldn't drive around because the people that live there, the people that sell stuff there, they took over the sidewalks, the roads, and everything, and they were just all walking around. All that's being cleaned up. They're fixing the buildings. They're illuminating them. It's a beautiful place. I didn't even know that was so nice looking. They're doing it in a couple of other cities also. And, they're getting rid of all that side street sales people. They're getting rid of that, cleaning everything up. It's very, very nice. Actually, it's something that I lived here for 20 years and I didn't know those buildings existed. I've never been down there because it gets too dangerous. And now you can walk around at night just like that with your family. That's what's happening here in El Salvador. I'm not going to say it's perfect and it's not dangerous. You still have to watch out. Okay. But once you get to the airport, make sure you have your transport is something you have set up previously, not get into the first car you see or the first taxi you see. When you get to Bitcoin Beach, okay, there's 3, 4, 5 hotels, very, very nice hotels. And then everything else is poor people. That's what made the difference. That's why it's so amazing. Bitcoin was adopted by poor people, and it's making a difference. Okay, now they have their own little business. The guy now that sold ice now has his own ice maker. Okay, he's getting into business. All this because somebody said Bitcoin is going to make a difference. I'm going to live here. American guy came here. He got an investment, created an app, taught everybody, and that's how that got started. You walk around, okay, on the street in Bitcoin Beach, and there's this guy with a table, in the middle of the road, okay, just there, and selling like earrings and bracelets and stuff. He says, I accept Bitcoin. Are you going to pay him $2? And by Lightning, you just send them Bitcoin, just like that. You go into a shop, a little shop, don't expect much because it's a poor community, okay? And it's just amazing. It's amazing how they're more developed economically than we are.
Right.
They know more about Bitcoin than we do.
It makes me think of the Bitcoin pizza story too. And for those who are kind of new to the space or don't know what I'm talking about, there's this legendary story of Bitcoin where in 2013 or 2014, someone bought a Domino's pizza for like 300 Bitcoin or something like that, which obviously equates to a lot of money now. And I could see something similar transpiring in El Salvador, especially for the more just responsible individuals of the country when it comes to finances. If they make money through earning Bitcoin and find ways to hold on to it, or as we say, hodl, hold on for dear life, their financial situation over the next decade could change drastically. And it would be really cool to see that. And I do think many countries around the world are kind of observing El Salvador. And I think there's one or two other countries that have done it now too, that are more in the developing phase. And best believe if there's success there, which it looks like there is and will continue to be, other countries are going to eventually adopt it. And that's also one reason I think why we like Liberland is we are kind of like a giant case study with this country and our crazy, maybe you want to call them libertarian ways, showing that a country can be governed the way that we've got it outlined. And it's just really, really cool to have you guys as boots on the ground and resources to tell us what is really going on in El Salvador. So that way we can, eventually go and explore it for ourselves, which Juan Carlos, eventually we will be there. We will be there. So
someday, yeah.
So let's talk about what's the, do you guys have an official name of the company that you've put together for the visas?
Yeah, so our name is El Salvador CIP. CIP stands for Citizenship Investment Program. So the reason why we added that to the name is because not only are we helping digital nomads come down to El Salvador, but also the president has promised, we're still waiting on this, every single day we're waiting on this, but also promised to sell the Salvadorian passport for Bitcoin. So there's been rumors that it's going to be 2 Bitcoin, maybe 3 Bitcoin, maybe it's going to be 100,000. We've heard this rumor, that rumor, we're not sure yet. So that's what the CIP stands for. And it's, it's a very trendy thing to do, especially among like Bitcoiners to go out there and get like second passports, especially people, in the US and stuff like that. And so that's kind of what drew me to the idea to this, and I've been, studying this industry for maybe like 4 or 5 years. I've been just like waiting for an opportunity to kind of get in the immigration space, but mostly just find a way to, sell a passport, because I'm just a big fan of that. I think everyone needs to have a second passport. It's like a second identity. It's like, it's like, let's say you ask the US, hey, can I do this? And the US says no, but then you go to El Salvador, like, hey, can I do this? And El Salvador says, yeah, sure, why not? It's almost like having 2 parents. Like, you go to your dad, like, hey, can I go out, tonight? Your dad says no. Then you go to your mom, like, hey, can I go out tonight? And your mom says yes. You go out.
There we go. It's power in the metaphors and the stories. I'd never thought of it that way, but obviously some great points there. And again, another reason why I think all 3 of us have kind of been drawn to each other in general. So Juan Carlos, any other light that you wanted to shed on what Joey was saying there?
Well, we are waiting. It's not easy for the transition, okay, from a single, dollar monetary system to be able to accept Bitcoin. And it's not simple at all. These are the laws that we're waiting. That those laws are bundled into the idea of economic freedom for the people. Okay, that's what they're calling it. And they're like 57 or 50 something odd laws that they're going to change any minute now, any day. And hopefully those laws are the ones that are really going to make a difference and jumpstart the Bitcoin community here in El Salvador. They're already here. I mean, I'm in several WhatsApp groups and Signal groups, you know, and then they're very active. They love it. They go to Bitcoin City. There's nothing there, but they hang out. You know, they have barbecues and stuff, and it's awesome. It's really, really great. And they go to Bitcoin Beach just to hang out, you know. But we're all waiting for these laws. This is going to be the roadmap for everybody, for us as Salvadorians, for the people that want to come live, residencies, passports, investment, all that. And we're all waiting for those laws. As soon as those pass, we're going to know the rules of the game, and we're all going to love it, I'm sure.
Yeah, and what would you guys say are some of the FAQs that you've received? I'm sure safety is one of them. Or, you know, even on top of that, what would you view as the biggest potential threat to the business that you guys put together, like getting shut down or something like that? Because I'm sure there's something, and I'm sure it's also probably unlikely. Otherwise, you guys wouldn't be here right now talking about it. But I feel like that question has to come up pretty frequently.
I think the single, sorry.
No, Juan, go ahead.
I think the single most important thing, speaking about our specific business here, okay, right now, Salvadoran passport is a really good passport. You can get into over 100 and somewhat countries without a visa, without asking for permission. Just, you know, you just show up, they stamp you, and you're in. You know, that's an awesome passport. There's a lot of negativity against El Salvador because it made Bitcoin legal tender. I really hope that doesn't get reflected, you know, on the passport itself. We all know, of course, you can become a drug dealer, you can become an arms dealer, you can become whatever. You can do that in euros and dollars too. Okay, so that's just an excuse. It's a
Sure.
dumb excuse.
Totally.
Okay, but that's what they're basing a lot of the facts, you know, of Bitcoin and El Salvador accepting as legal tender. As long as it doesn't affect our passport, you know, I really hope that it doesn't affect us. You know,
Okay.
it shouldn't. It shouldn't.
Yeah. What's so from my own curiosity, what does the onboarding process look like? And I'm sure we don't have the 5 minutes remaining we have right now to really go into super details, but you know, if I wanted to move forward or set up a consultation call with you guys, what would that process look like to get started?
So the first thing you would do is that you would email us at info@elsalvadorcip.com, and you'll probably get a lovely response from me, and then I'll probably send you a Calendly link, and let's have a call and just kind of start from there. What's really important is, you know, so like one thing that I try to work with people on is like seeing what they're really after. You know, like, because a lot of people are just after the passport. You know, that's great. They want the passport. That's it. That's great. You know, we'll put you on a waiting list and we'll let you know when it's all. But, you know, as Juan said, you know, there are a lot of like Bitcoiners that have, you know, already moved down here. So, you know, you can come down to El Salvador on a tourist visa for 3 months. But is 3 months really, really, you know, like long enough to be in the Bitcoin country? Absolutely not. So we want to make sure that people are there legally, and this is what we can help you out with there. You know, we can help you get like business visas. So like I had a call with this guy, you know, I just met him on Twitter. He wants to go down to Bitcoin Beach. It's like this American guy, and he wants to set up like a food truck and accept Bitcoin. You know, and he's an American. And so it's like, all right, well, maybe he needs a business visa. So, you know, like this is what I'll try to work with our clients as well. You know, and then we also offer other services, like we can pick you up from the airport, we could take you around, we can offer tours, you know, help you get a hotel or housing. Eventually, you know, we're going to be doing a little bit of like medical tourism, you know.
Joey, I
wanted
gotta
to
say,
talk a
man,
little
I'm
bit
so
about
happy to
this.
see you doing this. I've seen you on the entrepreneurial journey for like the past 4 or 5 years, and I think this is a Langenbrunner move right here. So
Yeah, no, this is what I've been waiting for a long time, but honestly, I could not have done it without Juan. Juan is, you know, so I handle the sales. Juan is handling all the operations and everything that he's been doing on the grounds, all the bureaucratic paperwork and setting up a company down there. You know, we really need each other in this. So yeah, I've been wanting to get in this industry for a long time, but I would not have been able to do anything without, Juan's experience on the ground. He knows the people, he knows the culture, he knows
it's
how
just so
to,
important. It's just so important. I know that's why Juan knows I was reaching out to him a lot before you guys even started doing this about becoming a
Juan
visitor. I'm like, I
is
would
an
never go
absolute,
to El Salvador unless I talk to someone I know there. I'm calling up JC.
yeah.
So
I'll
you
give the
guys-
last 2 minutes to Juan.
Well, I mean, I guess pricing and you mentioned the different types of visas. There's like a digital nomad one too, right? And that's for like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Juan, you can go ahead.
Yeah, there's it's not exactly called a digital nomad, but it serves the same function. Okay, so we just call it digital nomad. As long as you have an income, it doesn't matter from where, but as long as you have an income, I think it's $1460 a month. You can get the digital nomad visa for about $2,800. Okay, that includes everything.
Wow.
I mean, that you can start the process still in your country, and when you get here, we just hand it over to you, or you can come here and apply for it while you're here. There's some paperwork that better be done while you're in your country, okay? Because it needs to get stamped and stuff, but just in case. But it can be done while you're here too, okay? And that's a visa for 2 years, which can be extended for another 2, okay? For the same, I think it's for the same fee, and it can be extended for another 2 years. And after that, you can apply for citizenship.
Wow. Okay.
Which just takes, it's another process and such, but yeah,
Right.
you can apply for citizenship also.
Okay. And then as far as countries in North America, Europe, just kind of like bigger countries around the world, what prominent countries have embassies in El Salvador? I'm sure the US does. I'm assuming Canada probably does. Any other countries?
The biggest embassy in Central America, the United States, is in El Salvador, because the biggest one. A lot of, well, they say, okay, the CIA is there, and they patrol the seas with their boats, but it's really big. It's not just a little building; it's a huge infrastructure. What other countries? Canada, Mexico, Colombia, Venezuela. They're all here. Spain and France and Portugal, and I couldn't name them all, but probably, I don't know, 80, 100. Most countries are here.
Yep.
El Salvador is in the middle of Central America, so it's very easy for anybody to come here and apply for the paperwork or whatever, and just have consulates in other countries around us. But the embassy is very easy to have it here. It's central to everything.
Love it. And as Joey mentioned too, I know surfing is a major attraction. So for any surfers out there, if you have not been to El Salvador yet, Joey said something about 2-story waves. That's not me yet. I know my brother likes to surf, but
right now, it's going into, yesterday, today, tomorrow, Sunday, is the Junior World Championship going on right now in El Zonte, which is the
Wow.
place for not El Zonte, I'm sorry, in El Tunco, which is another beach, and that's where it's going on.
Wow. So that's a lot of
yeah,
international
it's very
traffic.
nice.
Also probably waking up to what the heck is going on. So that's really good to hear. Guys, we got to wrap it up. But one more time, it's info@salvadorcip.com is your preferred way to get in touch. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Thumbs up.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to episode 81 of the Liberland Show. This is definitely a nice twist to the show, a little new flavor, new style. Maybe we'll have to do more interviews with business owners like this of Liberland. That's Joey Langenbrunner, Joey, what's your official title with Liberland again?
I am the Deputy Representative to the U.S.
There we go. Deputy Representative to the U.S. and Juan Carlos, I believe, the representative to El Salvador, correct?
That's correct.
You're the go-to guy there. Cool. But again, guys, info@salvadorcip.com. If you want to follow up with these guys, I highly endorse the move. Myself, again, I'll be talking to them, and you'll probably see a lot more of them here on the show and just in the internet, and probably in Web3 now too. So thank you for tuning into another episode of the Liberland Show. I'm your host, Adam J. Carswell, and we will catch you in the next episode.